Another thing that's funny about being sterilized and child-free is people's reactions when they find out, because I'm not at all trying to hide it. In fact, I'm trying to normalize the conversation about it when it does come up, because I refuse to feel ashamed for my choice, and I refuse to be made to feel like I made the wrong choice, or I made it too early, or I made it too young. I don't think that's at all the narrative that should be pushed, and so to counteract that, I basically talk about it casually, because I think it should be talked about casually. Oh, you decided to have kids and you talk about it so casually? Oh, me and my husband are trying for a baby. Cool. Didn't need to know that he's cream pieing you every night, but whatever. So I'll casually talk about how I'm not having kids. It's just so funny to see how people get so bothered by a choice you made that literally has no effect on their life. Like, what? I don't care if you have kids. Why do you care if I have kids? And I think what it is misery loves company.
Hey guys, welcome back again to the channel. So with everything going on social media, where women going child free and some mothers saying that they keep rubbing it on their faces, that they make the wrong decision by having children. So this woman decided to come for child free women, okay, and she started talking about how she loved going back home to meet her children. And yeah, the comment section, it's crazy. All right, guys, let's go ahead, watch our video, then we'll come back and we talk more about it.
So I know a lot of people with no children be like, after a long day, I just cannot imagine coming home to children, which honestly is a little odd to me, because why are we talking about a life that we're not living? But either way it goes, I want to give y'all another perspective. After a long day away from my children, I cannot wait to get home to them. I cannot imagine not walking in the door and not seeing my children. I cannot imagine after a long day not walking in the door and not seeing them smiling and excited to see me. And as nice as solitude and silence is, I wouldn't have it any other way. Mom life is for me. I am a mother to my core. I love it here. And after a long day, a short day, a quick day, a loud day, a silent day, a busy day, I wouldn't want to come home to any other reality than being their mom. Every day, I choose it. I would choose it every day. I would choose them over and over again. I am a young Black 26-year-old, happily married, stay-at-home mom of two, doubling as a full-time content creator. What more could I ask for? Baby, I'm living the dream.
So this didn't sit well with a lot of persons, okay? So I'm just going to let this particular stitch roll. This happens to be from a mom. She's a mom, but she happens to be a single mom, and she has another perspective that she shared, stitched this video and shared. Let's listen to her.
Perspective. After a long day away from my children, I cannot wait to get home to them.
Yeah, that's real cute or whatever, but let me give you a real perspective as a mother, and not just as a mother, as a single mother with a child with special needs, okay? After a long day of work, the last thing I want to do, especially since I work with children, is come home to somebody else that needs me to do something or be somebody for them. I don't want to do it, but I don't have a choice. I will tell anybody who is thinking about having kids, think long and hard, okay? If you value privacy, if you value me time, if you value just being able to do things alone, simple things like running to the store is a challenge for me. Because not only do I have a child, and because I'm a single parent, I have to take him everywhere I go when he's not with his dad or if he's not with my mom. He's not necessarily the easiest child to deal with in public spaces, and I get the looks and the stares, but that's neither here nor there, because my experience may not be the same for anyone else's. But I will tell you this: if you are not willing to give your me time, your privacy, sacrifice, girls night, brunch, just missing out on fun because you have a child, because me, myself, and I don't leave my child with any and everybody. Again, if it's not his daddy or my mama, he does not go anywhere I don't go. So with that being said, sometimes fun has to be sacrificed for the sake of I don't have anyone to watch my child. But again, if you are a selfish person, and that's okay. It's even more okay if you admit that to yourself and say that that's the reason why you don't want to have children. That is perfectly okay, especially in today's climate. But don't let people get on here and make you feel bad because you are child free. There is nothing wrong with it. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy if that ain't what they really wanted to do with their life. This is dedication, sacrifice, every day. It don't stop. I clocked in 2019 and I ain't never clocked out yet. Okay? Even when he's away from me, I still have to be a mother. Because uniforms still need to be ironed. Meals still need to be planned. Lunches still need to be prepped and getting... The list of things to do for me never ends. I just end up putting the shit off until I can't put it off no more. I need to be ironing uniforms for the upcoming week as we speak. I need to be trying to figure out what we're going to eat for dinner and what he's going to eat for lunch all next week as we speak. It don't stop for me. I've been off since Wednesday. Have I had an actual off day? No, I haven't. But again, motherhood is not for everyone. And not having a child should not make you feel bad, okay? You, grandma, auntie, mama, daddy, they should, when you gonna have a baby, leave them alone, okay? If they happy with their life the way it is, that's okay. Don't let anybody pressure you into thinking that motherhood is all that, because it's not. And what she said, like I said, it was cute or whatever, but that ain't everybody's experience. Just like my experience ain't everybody's experience. If you are not sure that this is the life for you, don't do it. I beg if you reconsider. Think about it. That man you laying up with, can you really see him as a father? Does he already have kids? Does he take care of them? Does he spend time with them? Adequate time. Weekends ain't it. Does he go to a doctor's appointment? Quick question. Ask him what size shoe his baby wear. Ask him his baby's birthday. Ask him what medicines his son or daughter takes right now. If he can't answer any of them questions, don't do it, sis. I'm telling you right now. That was the mistake I made. And I don't want my life for you. I love my child. I really do. But if I'd have known then what I know now, let me just say this. It ain't for everybody. Motherhood is not for the weak. Reconsider. Okay? And you deserve holidays off too. I'm with you when you're right. Have a good...
I truly understand this woman's perspective. Okay, as a mom myself, I know how stressful, how tired I can be at the end of the day. Currently shooting this video at night because I had to put my babies to sleep before coming out to shoot the video in the sitting room. Guys, it's not easy. Okay, sometimes you just want your own time, but motherhood is not easy. It's not easy. And for people who choosing to be child free, their choice. Really their choice. Okay, anyway, let's go listen to some child free women, then we'll come back and we'll talk more about it.
Has anybody else ever been called selfish for being child free? Because I have. Someone told me once that taking that path of just choosing not to have children is a selfish thing to do. And I couldn't believe it. Surely the selfish thing in that scenario would be to have children that you don't really want and then end up resenting them because you don't want them. Like, I didn't even want children prior to my chronic illness diagnoses. I've never had that maternal want to have children. Like, I don't feel like a part of me is missing until I have children and that's what my life's purpose is. I've never wanted children, and then becoming chronically ill, or at least being correctly diagnosed. I mean, I've been chronically ill my whole life. But being chronically ill, I would not cope with having... I just wouldn't. Also, there's a 50% chance that my children would also end up with EDS because I have EDS. So it just doesn't make sense from any angle for me. And even if I wasn't chronically ill, choosing not to have children just because I don't want them is valid, and it should be respected as such. Like, why do people find that so difficult to understand? Why are you labelled selfish for choosing yourself? You're doing yourself and the non-existent children a favour. Like, I don't get the mentality of some people. I genuinely don't.
Didn't want kids and still didn't want kids.
Hi, here I am, never wanted kids, and now 55 years old, I don't regret my decision. There will be a lot of people who will tell you that you will regret your decision, but there are many of us 50 plus who never have kids, who are living our best lives. And before Angry McTrolls-a-lot gets into the comments, let me just predict some of the things that they're going to say. I'm good at this. No, I don't have a house full of cats. No, I'm not sad and hiding my sadness. No, I'm not depressed. No, I'm not on depression medicine. No, I did not have childhood trauma. Yes, I grew up in a loving home. Yes, I'm in a long-term relationship. No, I don't care about my legacy. Weird thing to care about. Yes, I want people to have children if they want children. Yes, I like children. No, I don't feel sad. No, I don't feel lonely. No, I don't feel empty. No, I don't care if I die on my deathbed alone. No, my parents don't think I've robbed them of grandchildren. No, I don't care about the decline in the population. No, I don't think you should feel sorry for me. And no, I don't care what you think. Was that 18? I got 18. There'll be more. Listen, you're gonna have a lot of loud voices coming at you on this topic, but the only voice that you should pay attention to is your own, and it should always be the loudest.
It always makes me laugh when men in my comment section say, well, if you don't settle down, you're gonna be old and childless, and you're gonna be an old cat lady. Listen, brother, I just got back from an 18-kilometer run. I am 1 month out from my ultra marathon. Freshly shaven legs, moisturized. I am now wearing a dress. I'm going to take myself out for dinner, and I'm gonna get a juicy steak. And the house is clean. Everything is clean. And when I get back from my dinner, I am going to do a full skincare routine. And then I'm gonna crawl into bed with my freshly shaven legs, and it's gonna feel so nice against my sheets. I'm gonna light a candle, I'm gonna hang out with my pet rabbit, and then I'm gonna go to bed early. And I'm gonna get 8 to 10 hours of sleep, and it's going to be the best. My skin is the clearest it's ever been. My cortisol levels are balanced. I have a jawline. Can't say I had that when I was in a relationship constantly stressed out. And life is good. Life is really good. Fresh manicure. I love it here. I love it here. So I just might take the cats.
Here's something that I want you to consider. I want you to consider that some single child-free women actually wanted it that way. I want you to consider that some single child-free women have found purpose outside of motherhood. I want you to consider the fact that some single child-free women are actually happy and pursuing lives that work best for them. I also want you to consider the fact that not having children does not make a woman selfish. However, having children and not wanting them is in fact very selfish. I want you to consider the fact that some single child-free women did not conform to the idea that their value only lies in motherhood, that they have found value within themselves in the things that they do, the people that they love, and the world that they want to explore. Thus, I want you to ask yourself, am I imposing my core belief system onto another group of people?
The number one question I get asked whenever I tell someone that I'm in my 30s is, do you have kids? My answer is always, no, I don't, and I'm not even sure that I want them. It's not a definitive no, and it's not a definitive yes. It's just a, I don't know. And the response to that is always, you're going to be lonely when you're older, which I just think is the most ridiculous logic in an argument. Like, are we not going to talk about when you do have kids and they become teenagers and they move out of the house and then you're just there all alone with your partner who you haven't been able to nurture a relationship with because you spent all your time and focus on having kids? Like, as soon as I turned 18, I was straight out the house, straight to uni, and have never moved back home since. And there's also the other side of, like, I don't even speak to my own dad because of personal issues. And granted, it's a two-way street. He doesn't speak to me either. So, like, look how that worked out. Just because you have kids, it doesn't mean that you are guaranteed a non-lonely life. And also, why does no one talk about, if you don't have kids, all of that time that you have to nurture relationships, to find other couples that don't have kids, to really put your all into your partner or your dog or your nieces, your nephews, your friends' kids? It is just the most flawed logic. And it's really interesting because I've had conversations with people who have had kids at my age who say they feel more isolated than ever because of the time and attention they have to put into their tiny human being. So yeah, what do we think? Is a life without kids lonely? I would beg to differ.
Like I always say, motherhood is not easy. It's not easy to be a mom. If you cannot be patient, if you're not the patient type, if you're not someone who cares for other people, you're someone who is really selfish about yourself, you want to be by yourself, then please focus on being child-free, because children will stress you and children will show you, like, They always want the attention. They always want you to come to them. They always want you to, you know, when you're giving attention to the next person, they're coming to you. So I have two daughters, right? And each time I'm giving attention to the last child, the other one is coming to me and telling me, oh, mommy, you don't have time for me. You know, all of those things, they can really make you get frustrated. Anyway, guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, right? Yeah, you've heard from the child-free women, and I just feel that people should be allowed to make their decisions, okay? Allowed to take their choices. It's their life, for God's sake. So if they decide to stay child free, it's their choice, okay? If they decide to get married tomorrow or have children tomorrow, it's also their choice. So people should be allowed to make their own decision. But let me hear from you. What do you think? Okay, let's hear in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up.